Hey guys, how you doing? Berserk here again with another video. And this is the first video in a video series I'm making about the God Hands, the servants of the idea of evil themselves, one of the strongest, most mysterious beings, or gods I should say, in the whole of the Berserk universe. And the first God Hand I'm going to talk about is Slan. Now there are many things that make Slan very special and unique among the ranks of the God Hand. First, obviously, she's the only female member of the group. And the second thing that sets her apart from the other God Hands is how cruel she is, how much she enjoys pain, both receiving it and inflicting it. When Femto Griffith was raping Casca, she said how beautiful it is. It even brought her to tears. And when Guts wounded her with the Dragon Slayer, when she manifested in reality through the body of the trolls, she said that it made her feel good, it made her feel warm inside. So she's obviously a masochist and a sadist, so she's extra fucked up even compared to the other God Hands. So which goes to show you how messed up she is, and makes me very intrigued and curious about her history before she was a God Hand. Like, she must have went through some really messed up stuff, made her the way she is right now. And I mean, she's messed up by the God Hand level. I mean, the God Hands themselves are a really messed up bunch. I mean, they had to sacrifice the most precious things in their lives to become God Hands, and they experienced incredibly horrific things in their pocket dimensions. I'm very curious about her history before she became a God Hand. She probably went through a lot of messed up stuff. Also, she's the only God Hand that showed notable interest in Guts, romantic interest even, calling him darling, kissing him, obviously because of how strong and how special Guts is. I mean, him and Casca are one of the very few people that survived an eclipse. It is hinted that the Skull Knights has also survived one, but it's not confirmed. We don't know much about his history, so we don't know that. And also, Guts is very strong when in his zone, raging, killing all the obstacles. It's a very special scene for a masochist and a sadist like Slan. Also, she suggested something very interesting to Guts, and that he should use the ability that he has to kill Griffith, which is very interesting. Because I've always thought about how Guts is gonna kill Griffith. I mean, he's way too OP. Plus, there's the concept of destiny in the world of Berserk. So how can a mere mortal like Guts beat him? So, hey, maybe that's the way he's gonna do it. Maybe that's how it's gonna be, and she was the first one to bring it up. And what if he does, use the Behelit against Griffith? I mean, is he gonna become an obstacle? I mean, what is exactly is going to happen? The Beast of Darkness inside Guts, will he merge with him? Again, that's very interesting, but that's a theory video for another time. And another thing that makes her special and unique compared to the other God Hands is that she's the only God Hand that actually has a cult worshipping her, as shown in the Conviction arc. They call her the Goddess of the Flame, and they hold orgies and do drugs as a way to worship her. She even physically manifested herself to them in the flames. And she's the only God Hand that has something like that. Of course, Griffith has something like that when he started Falconia. People view him as this sort of Christ figure, but that wasn't until very later in the story. Also, an interesting thing to note that happened in the Millennium Falcon arc, when Slan manifested herself from the bodies of the trolls to Guts, and they fought for a while, and then Guts wounded her with the Dragon Slayer, is that the Dragon Slayer can actually inflict damage on God Hands, not just creatures from the astral realms, actual legit God Hands, which is very interesting. Now, Kentaro Miura presented us two ways that Guts maybe can beat Griffith. He's either gonna use the Behelit and become an obstacle himself. I don't think he's gonna become like a God Hand, because first, he doesn't have a Crimson Behelit, and that's required. So yeah, he's probably gonna become an obstacle, or he's gonna use the Dragon Slayer. But we don't really know the full extent of Griffith's powers. He has shown himself to be able to manipulate space and time like he did with Ganishka, so we will see how the story pans out. And of course, we yet have to see that if the chapter of evil is canon or not. Will Kentaro Miura actually use it as a basis in the story from now on in the future is something that will be left to be seen. And just to get an idea how powerful she is, when she manifested her body through the troll bodies in the Millennium Falcon arc, she was very, very powerful. She easily overpowered Guts, and she could have killed him if she wanted to. It was just the interference of the Skull Knight that saved him that day. Now, because of the events that transpired when Griffith killed Ganishka, with the merging of the astral world with the physical world, she can manifest without any problem whatsoever. It's not like when Griffith went through all that trouble to have a physical body. So if she was that strong just with the body of trolls, imagine how strong she actually is in her full form. And I wonder what her power is. That is still something to be left to be seen. Of course, we know what Femto Griffith's power, or at least one of his powers, he can manipulate space and time, Obito Kamui style. So it's very interesting. It's going to be very interesting to see what power she has. So yeah, guys, that's it. That's the video. I know the information we have of her is very, very limited, but that's just how Berserk goes. Like the videos you did, and look forward to the videos I'm gonna make about all the rest of the God Hands.